Hey, and how is the breath at this moment? How has the breath been? Yes, I'm coming here out of color. Background, let's get some home background over here. Just took a whole bunch of pictures, right, on schematics. And so this got me all excited and I had to come out here. I had to take a look at this, although I'm not going to get the exact answer I want. You can see the way the cube is on the angle over here. See the 5 over here? Puts the cube on the angle. Just put it up over here. You have the 5 empty spaces. So when this is turning and spins this way, you can see how these spaces come in the void, right? Could be just a ring. When the ring comes to this angle, could be in the void. When it comes to a straighter like that, you'll be cutting everything sideways and you'll see a D. Otherwise, in this scenario, you'll see a square or a diamond-like shape. Here's the 5. We'd have to understand what's going on with the 5. You can see a direct connection here to a pinpoint split area space. Mushroom cap joining 2 zones. Here is basically what you can see. The 2 legs are spread. Over here, just like in the, what is it, the Vesuvian man? Is that what you call it? All right, the separations should be what is 72. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. 9 by 8 is also 72. How's everybody doing today? Yes, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. I have no idea what names are real, if anybody's real, who stays, who leaves, if there's an algorithm inside of this that's just wanting me to see these names, who's running this algorithm. I don't know, so sometimes I don't want to look at the screen. I don't want to see what's on the screen. You know, things are like they are. We're all, you know, time whores, you know what I'm saying? What satisfies me might not satisfy you, so I just wanted to put something up. It's just I thought this was funny. Wait, somebody invited me to time host. I can't host unless I was at home there. I really don't want to host any other shows. So the other thing goes for this one over here, right? You can see inside the center over here of that circle, that's a 6 inside that circle. So what's it saying here? It's saying all these elements over here are ending where inside this circle. And over here, this little diamond peak, right? That's added on. It's joining the left with the right. But in itself, the question is, which one is the rib? As like in the Aleph, if you take a look at Aleph, there's 2 ribs upon the letter Aleph, one on the left, one on the right. So how is this built over here, right? And you can see the houses are not equal. The houses are angled towards each other. Do you see that? This is to this angle of circle. This is to that. So if there was a house, there'd be a tilt to the inside. Where else? What else do we got in the background over here? We have CBS, I think, or ABC. Let's see what else we got in here. See, I can't actually see what they are, all of them. We can see this one over here, crossing at the center. I just can't see what's in the background. I can't see the background, so it's hard to understand. Oh yeah, okay, I can understand it this way. Look at that. Okay, you see this over here? When you go, the only way to go into this one is I can't go straight up. It has to be over to the left, over to the right. This one over here, where can I go straight up? Okay, look, we have a straight up over here. We have a point right over here, a meeting point here. We have a meeting point here. See, straight up. And you go out to the left and to the right. See the way they all have meeting points? You see the way here and here is like an open space, like a square, just like in quadrille paper. The reason for this split is because it's split over an area space, a quadrille. All of these. So I have to look at which design does this. I don't remember. Usually it's the ones that end in odd. Where else are we in here? Okay, so let's check another picture out. Hey, how's everybody doing? Background, where else we're going to go inside this picture? Oh, they had the elephant. They had the elephant over here where they had many pillars. And that's where I came to say like this. We're going to look at that also. We're going to look at that. Oh, I like that. Catedral de Rail, right? Ra, the split house. This is one side, 180, right? This is the sun. The teacher over here, the TH, the cat, communication angle of transition between what is 10 and 4, 3, 6, and 9, or what is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, or what is 1 times 3, 2 times 3, 4 times 3, 5 times 3, 6 times 3. And then to understand 1 between 2 equals to 3. So everything begins on what is 3. So with 1, it is 3 ones. What is 2, it is 3 twos. And then what is 3s, it is 3 threes. And then what is 4, it is 3 fours. And then what is 5 is it is 3 fives. And then what is 6, it is 3 sixes. And what is 7 is 3 sevens. What is 8 is 3 eights. What is 9 is 3 nines. What is 10 is 3 tens. What is 11 is 3 elevens. What is 12 is 3 12s. And now we're at 13. Why do I stop? Dictation of the rule of thumb. That if I began with AB and stood on 17, then AB is when I end. So I shall receive at 9 accumulation with 1, equaling 10. And what is 0 means the association. When you reach 10, it is the association of what is 1 through 9, 2 through 8, 3 through 7, 4 through 6, and 5. And then 5 at the heart. And then ring number 1 is 4 and 6. And then ring number 2 is the air, 3 and 7. And ring number 4 is the water, 4 and 8. And ring number 5 is with 9. How is 5 with 9? Why does it not double? Because 5 is the center, and it spins all the way around every other one. That is why. The pin key, Pinocchio. The pin key, Pluto. The pinky, the pin key, the pi key. Everything and anything divided by 7 is 142857. It is, and that's what it is, and always will be, has been, even though it's man-made, man-created. Through the breath I take upon the Creator's house that I have entered, given free will and choice. But at the end, I will make only 3 choices, and with these 3 choices, I will do them all at the same time. That one of the choices I take will actually be 3 choices. I will, most cases, often or not, be going forward and not backwards, coming from where I am, moving forward from that area space. Am I going around to walk straight? How do you do that? You go around and around and around, but no matter what you do, you have to go straight unless you're, how can you go around? Is a round not a ball? You can drive a car around something. You can go around something. Let me take this off. So we have rail, right? Did we talk about rail? Let's get this, right? We have the monorail, right? We got that. Monopoly. Now, I've said this many times before, and we're only one here, so before I get on to anything like this, for those who are entering this channel for the first time, let me explain to you what I do on this channel. And I'm just going to wait for a few more. I'm just going to wait until there's at least 5 people so I can explain what I do. I know usually it doesn't show me who's here, and it does. Right now it says the Spiral in Truth is here. Right, but it doesn't show me everybody. Some people block their stuff, so I don't know. But I'm still waiting for a few more to show up before I explain what I do here or what I believe I do. Is yellow for the soul? What would the majority of the people say? Yellow for the soul, red for the devil, red for the dragon, red to stop. Red wine, and used as what? As a verb, right? Our verbs are nouns. So I look at dots and dashes. I look at games. I've been looking at numbers and the alphabet, geometric shapes. I am still not fluid in everything, right? I know a little bit about everything, and I like to call this game or right that I play. I like to call it this the skeleton, right? Dots and dashes. The Aztecs, Sumerian, the Mayans. So what I do is I look at my numbers over the years. What is 10? What is 1? What is 3? What is the difference between 9 and 10? Is 10 anything at all? Why did we have to go all the way up to 13 before we split between 12 and 13, or in the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah? So I started to add to my game. I says, well, for the bar mitzvah, I'm going to go to 13. 13 by 13 is 169. 169 moons passing, not counting the leap year for what is the sun. In fact, my father, and I don't like to bring anything in, but because of my father's birthday, November 7th, November is 94. The reverse of November is February. So what is November 7th? I thought if I was reversing would be February, I guess either the 7th or 24th, irrelevant to the fact I wasn't looking at that November 7 is 7 come 11, representing the cube. Another thing about that is November is number 94, which is Uranus. Number 11 is what is 9 plus 2 is 11, and that's when your birth can come under the, how can I say it? 1 and 2 is the beginning. 1 is the heart, and 2 is the exterior. And this cube only shows that 2, and this is 2 and 2, and this is 2, 2 and 1, and this is 2 and 1, and this is what is 2, 2, and what I call the half-life 2, because the cube gets split. This now shows you that this cube is like 3 different hockey pucks on 3 different levels. The center tells me I got a center area space. I got a void above and a void below. I therefore have 6 and what is 1, 2, or 6, 12, because I have the 12 over here. This one over here would be 2, 4, 6, 8. Why? Because you don't see them. Where do we see that? I see it over here. I bring my handy calculator into this. The calculator, the dice cube, games, and just basic equations. What is 1? Is it 5 and 5? Is it 6 and 4? Is it 7 and 3? Is it 8 and 2? Is it 1 and 9? 2 fire signs. Call it Aries. Call it Sagittarius. 2 and 8. Ooh, the cycling of the 28-day 4 sevens of the moon. 3.5 times 8 waning moons. The heart of 7 is 3.5. The payout in the game of roulette is 35 to 1. 3 and 5 and 7 and 5 create what is 110, or 7 and 3, and 5 and 5 is what 7 and 3 is, 2 air signs. And what is 5 and 5 is Leo, and Leo, the fire, the power, the fire, and Leo. So now I take my numbers and I shove them up against the signs where they're located in the zodiac, or the days of the week, or the months, or the years, or the cycles of the 4-year cycle, to the 4 balls that are thrown in baseball. And even when you throw 3 balls in baseball and the batter is out, those balls were thrown as strikes. So we have to understand that I take games and the understanding in games of what you hear and what you don't hear. And well, if the player struck out, well, what the player was not walked. How many were left over? Was it 3 and 2, 3 and 1? 1 and 3. Was it 2 and 3? Was it 3 and 3? At the time it was struck out, it was 3 and 3. That means it had to be 3 and 2 before it was 3 and 3. If it was 2 and 3, it had to be 2 and 2. If it was 1 and 2, and then they struck, you know what I'm saying? So these are all the combinations I go through. So November 11th is 7 times 11 is 77, and 17 equals to 195, or what is Sagittarius with Aries bringing Leo to the end of the matter. And at 195 puts the 9 in the center, the birth inside the 2 fire signs. Now check this out. When 9 comes between 1 and 5, you have 2, 3, and 4 equaling to the 9. So this is what I do. I assemble the numbers. The ants come marching in. I'm only here for a little bit. More like to be here for questions. There's only 2 of you if anybody has any questions. Cité ou fit, ça c'est en français. Cité ou fit, c'est quoi? Est-ce que tu parles français? Est-ce que tu aimes mieux que je parle en français? Je peux répéter tous. Yeah, I'm at the party right now. DRS. That is the doctor. If you need something fixed up, right? If you need something fixed up, that's the person to go see. Whether you got a sore back or a sore bank account, that's the one to go see. And I'm not talking about the snowbanks or the rivers or the streams that come along with it. Hey, here's Rye the man. You know, I prefer to have pumpernickel. Does anybody know the nutrition, okay, in flour and bread? Do you know how important it is, bread? Do you know how important it is to wash the dishes by hand? If water is memory, then why not? Why not? And soap? What soap do you want to use? And why put on the plastic? You can't feel the water. I'll see you shortly. Yeah, I'm waiting for the boys. Hey, look at that. I got a whole lot of likes. That was me. I liked myself. You still here? It shows there's no one watching. Hello, Holly. Is it Holly or Holles? Halls. Deck the halls with balls of holly. Da, 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 da. See, when I look at that Z, I don't see that at all. I see this, and then it bends and goes up, and then it bends and goes that way. So is that a rising staircase? If I look on that angle, like the Z and the N, I'd have to like turn it sideways and see what the N is telling me. Anyways, let's get back to the elephant. Let's get back to the elephant. So the elephant washing the dishes, the elephant and the mouse. The mouse and the arrow. They also call it a flèche in French, right? And now you have the pointer, right? I just have to watch out for the hitchhiker. So if we want to talk about, if we wanted to talk about 84, or if you want to talk about 42, and it's funny the way, I think one of them, and what's his name? Mr. Not, or not Mr. Wells, was it 84? Well, 84 happens to be the cycle of what is, let me just write it down. What is 24 by 7 equals 168. What is 24, what is 28 times 6 is 168. What is 21 by 4 equals to 84. What is 28 by 3 equals to 84. These numbers are the numbers that bring 3 and 4 and 7 and 6 together. 3, 4, 7, and 6 are the diameter of the kilometers of the moon. It also equates to what is 2160, okay, which is a hexahedron. So you know what, I'm going to just back up again for all those, pour celui-là qui sait pas comment je fais, for all those who don't know what I do. I can do this in English and maybe perhaps do it also in French. Je peux faire la translation soit en anglais ou en français. Je vais essayer mon mieux. We're at the 336th minute to the 337th minute. On 336 days, it's on December 2nd. The 12th moon has just ended, 12 by 28, 336. What 336 is in minutes is it's 216 minutes, or 2160, which is the diameter of the moon, or equivalent to what is 6 by 6 by 6. Multiply that by 12, you get the great year of 25,920. Divided by 5, you end up with the angles to the Giza Pyramid, 5184, which is associated to what is Pluto and Mars. The addition of 5184, 135, 13.5 is what is the 13 ball and pull in the 5. They're both orange, a mixture of yellow and red. Also 13.5, what is 13 and 14 splits to 26 or 260 days of the Tzolk'in calendar, or if you want to shorten it up, our alphabet splits at 13.5. As well, between 3.5 is the split of the cube, And between what is 3 and 4 is the split, okay, between Mars and the bridge between Mars and Earth. Yeah, I'm starting to remember it all. Even if you wanted to get to the association of what is 369, to the association of these three, 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 these three. Which three? So what you do is you put them back in order. 1, skip 2, 4, skip 2, 7, 2, skip, hold on. Yes, 2, skip 5, skip 8, skip 2. Now let's look at it another way. Here is 1, 4, 7. 1, skip 4, skip 7, connect them together. Here is 2, 5, 8. 2, skip 5, skip 8, boom, put them together. That's what you got. That's 3 and 3, 6. So where's the 9? The 9 is now in the void. When you connect 6 together, 3 roam free. 6 of 9. And then you connect 6 of 9. What is 1, 4, 7? Skipping 2, 5, and 8 now in the void and associating with 3, 6, and 9 face to face. Face to face. Here's your 3 connect, your 2, 5, and 8. Now this would not be the same if this was a 12 circle, right? Open up to a 12. Well, would that 12 be the same size as this 9? Meaning, if I made the same circle and closed it in at 20 this is 40 degrees, right? So if I made it 72 degrees, I would make numbers in a different spot. So every degrees, I would just change the numbers, but no matter what, this still remains. The encompassment, and this still remains. It doesn't pass this. That's it. That's all, folks. And this is the association of this, and this. 1, 2, 3, 4 makeup of what this is. Why? Because this 1 is inside this 3, and this 3 could not exist unless 1 and 2 got together to create what this is. Now that this came with this and wants to duplicate this, it has to duplicate with what this is by having the alpha omega and going around the center, in which what you do over here to what you do from here, you get to jump around the center and you end up creating the 5. You want to check out perfect math? You want to check out how perfect the math is with this? I'm going to show it to you. Hello, Professor. How you doing? And I'll roll them if you want. Yes, so that's these are all of them. You see the 1 to the 4 to the 7, that's one triangle. And what you can also do is we can go from here and come all the way over to here. See the 3? Okay, I can run the 3 over to the 5. I can run the 3 over to the 4. Another equation. There's other equations inside of here. This is the basic. Even on this, the game of chess. 1, skip 2, 6. See, this time I'm not going over to the other side. 1, skip 2, 6 equals 7. 2, skip 2 over to 9 equals 11. 3, skip 2 over 1 equals 11. So now I have 2 11s and 1 7. 6, skip 1 up. 2 over is 13. 9, 2 over, 1 down. 13. So I have a 7, 2 11s. I have a 13, another 13, and now 8 over, down 2, and I got a 9. So I got, what is a 7? 11, 11, 13, 13. Now I got a 9. I take 7, I go down 2, over 1. I got another 9, so I got 2 9s, and now I come to 4, down 1, over 2, and I got a 7. So I have 7, then I got 11, 11, then I got a 13, 13, then I got a 99, and back to a 7, encompassed with 7 and 7, the power of the matter of Christ. Those are just basics. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. Each time going all around 5, but never touching. How come? Right. Now here's the next one. We can go down 1 and over 2 and create 13. And we can go from here over 2 and down 1 and create another 7. So I can go down 1 here and over here create another 13. Do you follow what I'm saying? So, and then we can go over here and down here, create another 7. This is Tetris. So what I do is I take games, right, and where they're absolute realities. And yeah, so let me get rid of this. And where are we in here? We did the Monopoly, right? We saw this. So community chest, CC, chance, C. So what is this community? I forget which one this is. I think this is collect something. The orange, right? The orangey here, the mixture between the soft spirit, right? Harley Davidson, burnt orange, and the yellow. Yellow over here. Waterworks is in between Marvin Gardens. What else is here? Ventnor Avenue. And then we have, I can't read it, it's upside down. That's not Atlantic, is it? And I always like that. And it's just right near going to jail. So this position here is 26. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. The airwave of creation. Gimel and gamma to C all the way down to here. You know what position this is? That's position 11. Although it's 10 from go. And now the border line, you see this border here and here? Not the same, right? There's a square inside a square. Oh my God, I think this is the first time I saw this. So all my Monopoly is now, okay, I'm going to show you my mock-up, right? But because of this, okay, I have to just give me a second to do something. Because if you notice, right, look at this here. You see this here? There's 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares in this corner here. Right? It's 3 squares like Saturn squared, right? Saturn square is all in that angle. So you got to see the way he is straight. So the board's on the angle where split the house. It's where the house splits between that jail. That side or that, is it because of the sides are split? Look at the finger where it's pointing, right? So it's pointing over here. It's not pointing towards here. What's on that side? You see you've got the Mediterranean, you have the Baltic, you have Boardwalk, Park Place. You have North Carolina, you have Pacific, and you have Short Line. Short Line doesn't go anywhere, does it? And just to let you know, from go, it's 28. With go, it's 29. From go, it's 12. With go, it's 13. Is that the butterfly? What's going on? Electric Company, 75 and 87, 162. 162 or 216, or how about marking 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock at the bottom for the trinity of 18? Resh, it doesn't go past 18. What is the Hebrew letter for? What's the 18th Hebrew letter? What's the 18th Hebrew letter? And how many other letters between the first and the 18th are in between letters, meaning like there's Aleph Bet, but with Bet there is Vet. And all those other ones in between, which letter would be the real 18th and which one would be the one that has interruptions before it? How's everybody doing? So I'm going to explain to you what I do for those who are new here. Just looking for my answer. Study numbers themselves. As I spoke before, 1 through 9, right? Those are the 9 numbers. There are basically, in 99 numbers, there are 72 numbers, okay, in which 36 and 36 reflect each other. And then there's the singletons, okay? It's 1 through 9. There's 9 numbers. And then there is 10, okay, through 90, okay? And then I'm going to put a little asterisk with that because it's 0, okay, through 10 and 90, but with 10 alone, 0 is already associating. So should I associate the 0 as a number, right? Although the 0 is used as the encompassment of all or nothing at all. So yes, so there are 9 within 1 through 9, and then there are another 9 in duplication. What is 22? What is 11? What is 33? What is 44? What is 55? What is 66? What is 77? What is 88? What is 99? Etc. So there are 9 of those. So we have the 9 singletons, the 9 with zeros, okay, the 10 section, and then we have the duplicates. And from that, we have 36 numbers that need to count. So now, if we look back at all the numbers, right, the thing with the anything past 10 is it's a double digit, which means it occupies 2 area spaces instead of 1. And if it's a triple digit, it's occupying 3 area spaces. Now, if it's a double digit, my question is, does it have to do with numbers or not? Because if it has to do with numbers, the thing is, it might end at 99, right? Because you don't have more than 99 cents, right, in change in your pocket. Now, if it has to do with the clock, right, that would be 59. And etc. like that. It depends what it has to do with. Whether it's the change in your pocket, correct? Because I lost my mind. Now, if you have dollars and cents, dollar and cent, so you have 2 area spaces for the cents, and the first area space after that is the dollar takes up the 3rd area space. The dollar, okay, occupies the 100th, the 100th, the dollar occupies 3rd value 0, which is number 4. So 100 equals 4, right? And then the tens, right? I'm just thinking in my head, right? And tens, which is 2 zeros, equals to 2, right? And then the ones equals to 1. Now I'm going to ask myself this question. Since the 10 value, okay, is in the 2 position, should I be adding 1 and 2? Or no, I shouldn't. So we end up beginning in binary 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1. That's the way it goes. So all this to explain to you that when you're looking at 3 zeros and it's dollars, you didn't have any cents. So you might have 3 zeros in dollars with a decimal, and that decimal equals 2 more numbers that will occupy the space. Therefore, we can put 0 to show that they exist. Now, if we were working with numbers, right, I can put 3 zeros and nothing else will happen. I see this in a musical thing, so I started to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Five and 3, very huge. 20 times the 3 is 60. 20 times the 5 is 100. 100% is 60 seconds on the clock. I do a little bit of artwork besides that. For those of you who've never been in my bedroom before, right? Maybe we can talk about what's coming. Is that supposed to be an I? AI? 1331 Jacob's Ladder location? That's not Las Vegas. Or how about the salts? Splitting, right? See this here? This is where. This means where. And it's telling you. here. It's talking about the salts. Maybe Utah it's talking about, right? Las Vegas, Utah, Jacob's Ladder. 3113 is an 88, Herbert Hoover Dam. But right now, this is the cycling moon energy right here in the salts. I don't know why they say that, but oh yeah, I had Chat GPT make that. I wonder if they made the original too. All right, there's the original. And I just had them, buff it up. Okay, so now, oh yes, here it is. We can use that one. Or we can just talk about this, traveling the seven seas. Now, I don't have much new stuff right now at this moment. Hey, how's everybody doing? Oh, Gildan, how you doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Yeah, I don't want to put up that one yet. I wanted to put up this one here. Working hard. Look the way they're working really hard. Everybody's trying to help everybody out. They're all looking around. Something's wrong. They can't figure it out. It gets a little steamy up there. Breaking the mother's back. Now, what does it mean to break the mother's back? They talk about walking on sidewalks and cracks and stuff. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, so we can use get Kraken. Now, Kraken, the word can is for the word yes. The water is our basin because we're carrying water all the time. Inside the word crack, it's also talking about egg. Egg is 577. They might be talking about the head. If they're talking about the head, possibly they're talking about the split moons on each side of us, which that's where this would come in. That's where this would come in right here, right? House of Abraham, 44. The YMCA, na 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 na, YMCA. So, right, we got to go from here over to there. House is split. You see the books? Phobos and Demas. Luna is the moon in our sky. Read it. Luna. ANUL. It means cancel one. The soul is in the L letter. Rabbi Fine says that the soul came with Genesis. Basically, let me not quote those words. Let me not quote those words. Let me shut the door. The dog just came in. Land, animal, and man. So when I say and, you put the plus sign, but the plus sign creates a window sign. Well, for me, it splits like that. And that's a 2 by 2 area space. The next size after that, (1111). Now the question is, does it get connected like that with separation? Or does it happen this way? There's the difference. Because of this reality. This one, this one, this one here. This and this are the same. I've been toting around that this is a 1 by 1 Mercury. If I encompass this, it becomes the 3 by, whoop, I should have did 2 lines and I didn't. It becomes the 3 by 3 cube, like a Rubik's Cube. My question is this the part of Earth or is this one? Why? Because this one is the one the Queen runs. And remember, one can be overlapped on the next. Are you understanding these lines, dots, and dashes? Now, this one over here and this one over here, they all tell stories. Let me show you some of the stories they tell me. First of all, one side and the opposite side. 2 sides opposite equals 7. There are 6 sides. There are 3 opposite sides. There are 2 sides that are opposite. To create a pole, there are 3 poles. Every single side has a face, the same face of 9 areas. There was a story I wanted to tell and I lost it. If we're talking about the angled one I just showed, it would be here, 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 and here. But when I run this, what happens to this is to run that. See, I'm going to try to turn this around for this just for 1 second if I could. So this one over here is also 1111, right? But when I run it on this angle, right? When I run it on this angle, how can I do it? I have to show you here. So what happens is I run it here, and then I run it here, and then I run it here, and then I run it here. And you can see what happens to it. It becomes an 8-point star. And it also becomes, I'm just having a little bit of trouble with the light in here, maybe. Oh, God, I have a little light. Oh, my God, it helps so much. Oh, my God. Yes, so where am I? Yes, as you can see, because it's a full area space, I'm not allowed to stop until I get here or here. That's the rule of the pixel. Now I have 4 X's, an O, and a half area space. I can close it in and just create the octagon from this. So now here's part 2, is that when you're going up and down, 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, etc., all the way to 36, 2, 5, 8, 11, etc., 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15, 12, right? 12 based on 12 zodiac signs, right? You know what happens? The next time you come here, it's 14. It becomes 13, 14, 15, and it stops. 13, 14, 15, it stops, and then we connect one of these. Here's 6 areas, 16, 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Is where we connect the cube. 37, 37, 37. The heart is 2, 5, and 8 crossing. We cross through the fixed signs. We link up the cardinal, right? The cardinal red, the red cardinals, right? Maybe the Cincinnati Reds, right? Maybe we can put the Cincinnati Reds baseball team into here, right? We'll have Pete Rose and, Johnny Bench, right? The big red machine, because it's all about, right? The big red machine, right? You get up in the AM, right? In what hour of the constellations do you get up in the AM? When Capricorn, right, the ornament, right, is hung up at midnight in the AM. You wake up in the third part of the AM, right, or in your third hour of the AM, regardless of the time you go to sleep. Let's look at this as a child's point of view, right? Because that's what it's all for. So when we do this, and I see this line here, I go this way, like that, and I see 1, 5, and 9. I see fire, fire, fire. I see A, E, and I, 3 vowels. I see it goes by 4. Jump 4, jump 4. When I go this way, the other way, look at that. From 2, there's 2, 2, 2, 2. So my first jump is over to 5. Here, my first jump is over to 2. But this is the halfway. I didn't go to this side, right? This is my first jump here. This is your first, whoa, all the way over to the end. 10, 10. Air, air, fire. I didn't say air fryer. I said air fire. You know what's funny about the 6? You know what's funny about the 6? Right? Yeah. This one, those 3 on top. This one, these 3 over here. 147 with 369. With 3, 6, 9, 18. We have a total of 30. We connect to the one in the center. Right? Add 5. If you see 8 over here, 2 over here, if I was to do that and used up this area space here, I'd be using this, and we would do that. Otherwise, I would do that. And this one is here. This is A, and this is B, right? Yeah, the B is 7, 8, and 9 equals to 24, and it's 1, 2, 3 equals to 6. So this is what is 1/4, and this is what is 1/2, right? This is a 4-to-1 difference, or it's a 1/4. Call it number 14, right? Here, it's 1.5 times the difference. Okay, call it number 15. Since everything goes by 3, perhaps 3.1415 would be the beginning of pi. Just like that, right? So you can just understand that one is 1.5 times the difference. The other one is 4 times the difference. But if you look to the left and you look to the right, right? Okay, what if we stopped? Because in 3, 6, and 9 Tesla, it's 6 of 9, leaving these 3 open. 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. You stay here, it becomes all cardinal. You stay here, it's all fixed. You stay here, it becomes the mutables. But no matter what you do with the number 3, as you add the number 3 here, add threes, add threes, add threes, they stay home. 3 with 3, you stay home. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 4 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, and you just keep going. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 3 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. But with this, they tell you, when you get to 11, always come back to the beginning. Always stay at 11, never come back to the beginning. And then 3, 6, 9, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. The thing about 3, 6, 9 is 3, 6, 9, 12, you start again, but not with 2, 4, 6, 8, right? And not with 4, 8, 12, 16, and not with 5, 10, 15, 20. What does that mean? 1 and 2 is 3. That's not an 8 or a 4. 1 and 6 is 7, right? 4, 8, 3, 7. That's that. 4, 8, 3, 7, right? That equals to 22. And this one equals to 20. 2, 4, 6, 8 equals to 20. I can show you where those are located. And 5, 10, 15, 20 is actually 5, 1, 6, 2 equals to 14. That's all around the cube, by the way. That 5 is all around the cube. Anything you do with this cube? Wow, there's a lot of noise coming out somewhere here. Wow. I don't know, there's noise coming out of the wall. So no matter what you do, if you see 2, 4, you'll see 5, 3. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 and 6, 14. What numbers do we see here? 2 and 4 connects to 5 and 3. 2 and 4 connects to 5 and 3. So if you have 6 and 3, right, all you got to do is look. See the 4? You got 6 and 3 on this side. And over here, you have 4. And then what you do, boom, 4 and 2. 4 and 5. That's what I'm looking for. 4, 5, and I'm looking for the feminine, the masculine. A, B, C, D. But instead of A, B, C, D, it's C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D equals to the J10 God. That's your 10 God, A, B, C, D. So where is C, D, E, F, right? And C, D, E, F, almost like the chef, right? 3 equals to 18. This is junior. So you're like the junior God 18. So you look at this and you question it. You say, look at that. Maybe Father is on the other side, alpha, beta, 1 and 2. Now check this out. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. Equals to 3, equals to 2. So where is that communication? We'll turn it around and see what happens on the other side. 5 times 6 equals to 30. 5 plus 6 equals to 11, equals to 41. 4 and 1 is 5. 2 and 3, right? 2 and 3 equals to 5. Now they equal to 5, 5. So now when I take these, and I showed you 6 and 3, right? I showed you 6 and 4. I showed you 6 and 3. So what I'm going to do, let's see how I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to just take this and keep my fingers on the same side and show you the other side. The feminine, 2, 3. The masculine, 1-4. The split of the alphabet between the 13th and the 14th, A, B, C, D, because the house is split upon the cube. How's everybody doing? Is everybody shared? It says not. Is anybody here for a reason? Does anybody have a reason to be here? I'll tell you what my reason is. Never knew it before. You know it now. Never knew my reason before. I think I know it now. I believe I know it now. I perhaps know it now. Just sharing the anomalies with the ABCs. Bringing in every single word that's ever existed that has weight. Einstein, theory of relativity, the words like spaceship, like words people look at, and where they show up on the numeric scale, like moon or planet or Earth or Mars or the cardinal signs. Or how about Pluto as number 84 and Uranus at number 94, the 9th planet and the 7th planet, the cardinal and the mutable. Cardinal fix create mutable. Mutable cardinal remain cardinal. Not star system, but in basic. What is fixed will create mutable when associated with cardinal. Now, what's really crazy is that's how everything works. The 7-day works like this. First, it's 1 and 6, 7. It's 4 and 3, 7. It's 5 and 2, 7. 1 and 6, 7. 3 and 4, 7. 2 and 5, 7. So when you do that, right, and you connect 2 and 5, 7, here's 2 and 5, 7. When you connect us, right, when you connect, here's another 7 and here's another 7, right? 7, 7, 7 looks like a 3-point star. Now I'm going to connect you the 13s, right? Now I'm going to connect you the third. Well, I'm going to do it on here, so I'm going to connect you the 13s. Look at that. I just connected the 13s and the 7s. Same design. Just look at the bottom. 1 over to 6, 1 over to 6, right? Same design. Now you want to check this out here. We're going to just do this next. Here's next. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 9, 11. Okay, we'll do 9, 11. Okay, so I connect, we're going to look at that, right? I connect 7 and 2. I connect 1 and 8. And now I'm going to go and connect 4 and 5. Now I'm going to do 11, right? I'm going to connect 9 and 2, 3 and 8, 5 and 6. Now check this out, okay? Check this out. 9, 11, same design, right? 11, 8, 3, 11, 9, 2, 11, 5, 6, 11. This X over here in this one, right? X minus 1 is 9, X plus 1, 11, star system. How's everybody doing? We got 181 likes. I'm usually not the kind of guy who likes to push anything forward. Get viewers to guess a birthday. No, okay, that was me. No, right? So for the algorithm or whatever it is, but really I'm here is when I share all this information comes out. It's just a game. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. What does the alphabet say? What do the numbers say? So I'm able to move around the alphabet through the understanding of games and numbers, giving me another story. So in this game right now, Earth and Mars, right? Earth and Mars are joined fully. I like this background. Yeah, they're joined fully. I had to, hold on a second. Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac. This is Abraham's dimensional house. When I work with numbers, I like to work with numbers that exist already. Change in our pocket, 25 cents, 4 for $1, 8 for $2, 6 for $1.50. Since the cube is 6, let's do everything with 6. 6 nickels, 30. 6 dimes, 60. 6 quarters, $1.50. 1.5 equals to 6. I also like to work with 3, 4, and 7. 4 is a reversal of what is 6 equaling to 10. 3 is a reversal of 7 equaling to 10. 3 and 4 run the gates. 34, 76, and 67 equals to the word soul, equals to the word water. It splits the house. It's in half at 67. It's whole at 34, splitting the house through Abraham and Isaac. Here are our friends. Enemies are friends, in receivership or not, in communication in the starlight of the house. Return of the signal testing system, Dragon Ball Z. I should have put Sigma at the top. G and E, 5G. 5G TV represents the feminine and the masculine. The TV is the split of the gateway. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 equals to 8 and 6. 8 and 6 is the division, or what is the bridge to the other side or the inside, right? Or is it down the rabbit hole at the 7th gate? Ishmael equals to 67. Water equals to 67. Soul equals to 67. We have to have a solution for your eyes, so you can't see the way you need to see, or to see exactly what we need you to see. Guess what? I cracked my screen. Yep, picked up my bag the wrong way and it went crashing to the ground. Now I have a crack. I have to say some sad news: to raise funds. I never like to raise those words. Yes, Ishmael, go ahead, I'm listening. You said Ishmael? Go ahead. So Ishmael, ISH, right? It's funny that ISH, which the reverse of Ishmael would be ISH again. I reverts to R, but when beginning, I don't like to change any of my vowels except for A, I, E, O, U, and I still doesn't remove because it's the heart. So the ISH is what is 9 and 19 for what is the birth inside the house of fire, Capricorn and Sagittarius coming together. 27 and 9 is 36. Ma-el, right? Ma-el in it. 13, 14. Okay, 14 and 36 is 50, and 12, hold on a second. 17, 18, 31, 39, 49, 58, 67. Okay, yes, it is 67. Yeah. So what happens is 67 splits the sky. 57 is a pass. 67. 6 times 7, 6 plus 7 equals to 42 and 13. Remember okay, 42 and 13. Remember what I just did? Feminine to masculine, bring in 3, 2, 1, 4. 41 for the king, 32 for the pig. 43 for bringing Mars, Earth together in creation on the pole. ABCD, 7 times 6, 7 plus 6, Ishmael. ABCD, bringing in the God. Because of that association of ABCD, let's do that association. A, B, C, D equals to 10. A, B, C equals to 6. A, C, D equals to 8. B, C, D equals to 9. A, B, D equals to 7. 6, 7, 8, 9. The singularity of what is AB is 3, what is AC is 4, what is AD is 5. So when you run AD, you get 5. Then we run down. AC is 4, AB is 3. CD also goes over to 7. So it shifts. It becomes what is 2, 3.5 to meet. Here it's 3. Each one gets a different, what do you want me to call it? The different average as we mix them up. And then I categorize everything. So I spoke before I mentioned something. Yeah, I know I'm all over the place. I said electric company, 162, which is a connection to the moon. 216, direct connection to the clock. In fact, it splits the clock. What's written down at the bottom? Richard, everybody's too shy to come up. So there's other things I also do with numbers. Like the number, I like to do this. A and B equals to C, but B and C equals to E. So my basic, before anything gets repeated, AB equals to C and BC equals to 5E. So what does that say? Just give me a second. Please be something to erase in here. Oh my God. I'm a hero. Woohoo! I'm rich. If my paper would stay straight, I'd be freaking extremely rich. And if I would go slow, I'd be the richest. You know what I'm saying? Like cream. A, B, C, D. Okay, that's nice. And what did I want to do here? I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's ugly. It's like a kid. Yeah, I need something to drink. I'm going to be back in a minute. But if somebody's got any question. Wow, let me see. Hold on a second, let me look. Viewer. I'm looking. Okay, I don't know why. I'm gonna see. Let me try it again. What happened?
I was able to join, but I sent a request, so I don't know if it's because of that.
What about the joint? I didn't hear about your request.
Yeah, the joint request.
Okay, because I hear a lot about joint requests. You know, everybody's still meeting in room 4. Only 20 people allowed, you know. Always the same stuff. 20 people, room 4. 20 people, room 4. 20 people, room 4. Okay, parrot. Okay, I'm going up to get something. I didn't say anything was rotting, you know, and there's a pair of nothing here.
Right.
Right. You know what's funny about men and women? We all come in singularity. And the other thing is you're you and I'm me. We can't change it.
Yeah,
And
that's the
every
message.
time, what's that?
I said that's the message.
So
I
every
am
time
me.
I go out, I come home with gum on my shoe. My mother says, "You're always bringing home something new and you're always a little different." I said, "Ma, I got a little bit of zets on my soul." It's funny that Ishmael should happen to be the partially the same name as Raphael, but more towards this, the seventh Hebrew zodiac or sign. The seventh month in Hebrew is Tishrei when they celebrate the New Year. Tishrei backwards is Shit King. I like to know what they were thinking because that means down in the sewer where the rats or the mice are. So mice, and I want to talk about this
Correcting
after.
here.
You know, so let me just go upstairs and get something to drink. I'm going to come back. I have a party. to go to. I have like 20 minutes left, but I'm coming back.
Okay.
I'm back in a minute still. You wanted to eat or you didn't want to eat? Why'd you go upstairs? Waiting for me. Yeah, where were we?
I was just looking into the Ishmael stuff you were talking about.
Yes, so I mean, I mention it that way. So what's really weird about it is that Ishmael is number 67. Earth and Mars are the third and fourth planet. Abraham and Isaac are 44 and 33. Why? ABR 1 to 18 equals to 21. Okay. A again is 22. HAM equals to what is 14, uh, 15, 22. H 8, 9, and 30. Yes, 22. It's 22, 22. Abraham. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it makes 44.
ABRAHAM 22, 22. And it's a 22 with four letters, which is 5.5.
What about Lincoln? What is
And then,
Lincoln?
what's that?
I said, what about Lincoln alongside of it?
Oh, because of Abraham Lincoln. So
Yeah.
Lincoln Tunnel. So Lincoln Tunnel is the passage under the water, right? So now my question is, because there's an interference. So the pound key also shows that interference where the Mars cubic, right, is a 2 by 2 by 2. There's no interference. It's a complete block, right? Almost like a piston is a complete block running through the or whatever you want to call it, because everything is made up. I mean, I've heard people express this numerology towards the zodiac. I've heard them express it towards the Bible, the church, and now I'm expressing it towards itself, right? The words that express itself. The
Yeah.
zodiac against the zodiac in numerology.
It all has an origin point for sure. That's why.
Well, all back to the numbers, the words, the alphabet, and it doesn't matter because Spanish uses the alphabet. Sorry, not the English language, the alphabet, and French uses the alphabet, and English uses the alphabet, and there are what is MDC, MDCL, LX, B1. There are 7 Roman numerals, okay, that come out of the alphabet, leaving us with 19 and 7, in which we have what is 5 and 21, which is to the vowels and leftover consonants. So one of them is 7, one of them is 5. It's representing the abai. Hold on, let me write it down. GE. I'll just.
When we, when we
Oh
want to
my
link to a
God.
specific place, we have to do an extension. So it's X10 shin. That's how I see it. What is that?
That's what it says. 7-5 USA.
So
Now
the
the
link
question
makes
is,
the
where does this come from? I have to turn it around so I can see why I wrote it.
extension.
Wow, I don't even know why I wrote it. Now I
We were
don't
talking
even
about
see it anymore.
yeah.
Okay. Here. GEUS, ending with AC, reduction. And you can also put a J in there because once the AI encompasses, then you've connected the upper and the lower. You've connected through the E world. Why? This is the E world. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it together. Everything talks for itself. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus, see, it's 10. That's 2.5. 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, 45. Now you divide it. 9 equals 5. So now you got 9 equaling to 5, or how about EIEIO? 59 minutes, 59 seconds on the clock. Now what is the O? It's the water. French, English, Spanish. What else can we add to this?
I was just thinking about how division and multiplication are reversed, and then it's also spatially represented in that sense.
And the number 2 and 5 do that, and it's even marked in the Aztec on the Aztec Sanskrit. I mean, it's designed onto it. And the 5 and 2 show 5 2. Hold on, 5 2 5 2 IQ. Then you have TV, and then you have 89, and then you have the high Q, right? I wrote it, and then you have TV 42, then you have 512 memory and G gigabyte of 713 in spirit is 91 equals to 60. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that on the side. I'll say that in a minute. Shown this many times before. I could have used just the V over here and over here to create the same effect to here. When I flat back this over here and put a straight line through it like this, sorry, right here, you will see what's down here. Down here, I didn't use the V's. I used the heart separation here. Why do I say V's? Why is this here point different from this point? If you notice, and I had this redone by ChatGPT, and it didn't put things where they should have been, because if things would have been where they should have been, there's a chance that it should have maybe looked like...
It's good with just randomly switching things. It does that a lot.
Yeah, so it should have maybe been a little bit like this. This is the original. So when you take a look here, right, you can see it's in between the area space. See that line there? The X is in between the line. You can't stop. You only can stop on a corner. See, it stopped on a corner, stopped on a corner, stopped on a corner, stopped on a corner. This creates an area space, an open gap. This is the heart zone. Are you talking about, would you like to talk about, was it Moses? Because I saw a moose in the back, but the moose was osmosis, or Moses, with one O less.
The Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes, keeping up with the Jones is good. I didn't say ISIS, or ICE, or Ice Age. Did you know AI between CG and EE? You see the CG are 2 air signs, 2 fire signs, 2 fire signs, 2 air sign. Reverse alphabet of A is I, is A, is C, is G. And the Hebrews and the Greeks use G as the 3rd sounding letter, as we use the C sounding letter.
Oh, wow.
And when you can see something, now remember, I'm speaking English, so it doesn't end here. We need a minimum of a 360 in most of the languages. We need a minimum of 3 languages equaling to 9 actualities. So if you say that, I can say I see, and I would say, if you can see, and my nose is cold, it must be below freezing.
I was I was just thinking about how the C, like, combined with the T is like the G in a way,
So-
like the CTG, CGTV. I don't know.
So that is CG. So that's something to do with electrical, because what I also do, this is an algorithm of what's happening on this planet over the time of my life. I'm 62. Everything I've seen and things my father has seen. In fact, I got a time machine. I'm going to be honest.
I figured as much.
I'm going to share it with everybody. I mean, if you don't want to reckon with it, then you don't have to. That time machine is right here. They said if you're going to get one of these things, use it well. Be careful, Spider-Man, because you're out on the web and you might be flying. Whether you're playing games, having fun, losing yourself in the web, or you're actually reconnecting to your old good vibration. Do you remember good O? Or is it God O? Is it good God, oh my God? It's 1 O or 2 O's. 1 water or 2, it's 444.
Yeah.
It is
Goody
the
two
fourth period of 111. So means we have the fourth house that have just arrived right now. 1644, 7444, 474. 474, if it was what was 447 or 747 at night, I think is what is, yes. 747 at night, not the airplane, is what is 467 minutes, or the word God. So let me see this. G P Y. Now we have the 6, which is O F X, and then we have what is the 4, which is D M T, and now you can travel the seventh gate with God. God, God.
and Fox is there too.
Yes, Fox is here because you know the Fox is the Hebrew. Where did I get Fox? It's F divided by 3, which is 6 divided by 3 equals to 2. O15 divided by 3, okay, equals to 5. And what is X divided by 3 equals to 8.
That was in Austin Powers, Foxy Cleopatra. Her name
Oh,
was
it's
Foxy.
funny that you said that. Yeah. You have the Heb Fox. This is what splits 9/11. 2 moons versus 1 moon. The B does look like a 13. Perhaps it is the 13, right? Just like this design in the back over here is actually made up because of the A letter. What I did to the A letter is I made separation. The only way to give it a heart zone is to start with a hexagon. And I completed the hexagon this way instead of leaving it together this way and running a straight line through it. You wouldn't have noticed it unless I did it this way. This runs the dimension. What is Ishmael? 67, 6 and 4, 7 and 3. 6 and 4. 6 and 4. 6. Just give me a second. 6 and 4. Where's the 4? 6 and 4. No matter what, I still have the air fire. Now, what is the 6 and 4? Is it a 6 and 4 this way, or is it a 6 and 4 this way? Because if I have it this way, you have what is the quarter of 8, H and B. BH, look at that, nothing there. And if I turn it the other way, look at that. Now it's connecting to it, B and H, but it's not connecting to 4, 6. 4, 6, 8, 2. But irrelevant to that fact, you know what's happening? The 8th sign is Scorpio, and it's a water sign. We're there right now. And the 4th sign, it's Scorpio, and we're there right now. Scorpio. The 12th one in Pisces is right here. 1 between 2 equals to 3. And the next water sign resides inside the air sign in creation. The water sign resides inside the air sign in creation, and then jumping back to 313, base 7, the cube, where the heart and division and coming together is through the heart of this cube. There are 3 levels, the top level, the bottom level, and the split center. There's 3 levels, like 3 hockey pucks, like 3 periods, like 3 by 120 for 360, like 3 by 20 minutes for 60 seconds or 60 minutes on the clock. Let's drop the puck.
It's also similar to an equal sign and or 11 if you flip it the other way on the connection.
So then if that's like that, then we have 11, 11, 11, 11, or 11.
Mm-hmm.
These two?
And L being God, then you can see.
Hold on, why is Al being God? That's good.
Because L is God. That's what, like Ishmael, it means messenger, or he hears God or whatever, right? And EL is supposed to mean God.
Well, that's funny you said that. That's really funny because the split house A through L going in both directions, picking up what is 6 and 6. What is A is at the point or split head of the house, right? It's the split head of the house. The house is split.
Yeah, and it's strange that we use the letter L as the name L as well,
Right.
and then the L's are there, right?
And when you add up A through L, it equals to what is 78. So 7887 is the connecting power stations of alpha beta. Sorry. Whoop. How come I don't see it? Yeah, through alpha beta. Here's your 7, here's your 8. It doesn't mean 1 is equal to 8. It just says that 1 space occupied leaves 8 left over. That 2 spaces
Right.
occupied leaves 7 spaces left over. That 3 spaces occupied leaves 6 spaces left over. And 1 between 2 equals to 3 means you begin at 3. The other ones are in singularity and connected to. 2 connected to 1 equaling to 3. 5 connected to 1 equaling to 6. 8 connected to 1 equaling to 9. 4 connected to 8 equals to 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. Remember, when you connected that 8 to these two, it brings you into the double digits and tells you an alternative and an addition to the story that already is. This might be a 3 by 3, but the face they show you is a 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D equals to 10. 10 is completion, and it starts over again by the head and the tail, right? Is that the completion? Or is the completion when you completely overlap and you run all the way to 12? Using what is coming back to yourself at 10, moving at 0 is your first circle, right? You make your first circle. When you get to 10, you make your first circle, and then you have 11, which is the beginning of your next, and then 12, and then you go on to 13. So your 10, 11, your 12, and your 13 is your next completion. And that's where we separate the teen with the 12th and then the 13.
Right.
11th, 12th, 13. So 11, 12, 13. So yes, we can go 11, 12, 13, or we can 11, 12, 13th. 11, 12, 13th. We have no choice. So the 28 for T and H. 4:52. I have about 8 minutes left to go. Does anybody have any questions? What are we doing here? We have to raise funds, that's for sure. I have end of the month meetings. You know what happens? What's funny thing with this project I'm doing? It happens to be the end of the month. Every single day something happens. Every single day I got to fix something. Right now, you know what it is? I cracked my screen yesterday. Terrible. Just fell right onto the. I couldn't believe I picked up my bag backwards. Like everybody's telling me, oh, you'll drop it, you'll this. I've never dropped it yet. Picked up the bag. That's why I don't like anybody touching my stuff. Not even me. Anyways, I put a piece of tape on it and I had a dream last night. I said there must be more than just one little crack on it. And this morning I looked at it and I see 4 cracks. So yes, so what it is, so we have alchemy, alphabet, Neanderthal. So these seem like all to be powers. When you count A through L, it equals to 78. The reason for that is 1 between 2 is where your 3 begins. The missing part is 7 and 8. They are the singularity. What did it do to make 7? It took, as I said, it took A, B, D was your first creation of 7. So that A, B, D will be what is 1 and 2 with 3 coming together. That's where I showed the moons. The other thing is on this is A, B, C. Is it the lower world of 6? Whoop, A, B, C. Is it the lower world of 6? Or is what comes in as, hold on a second, the other side? Yeah, you see, you can't see BCD. You know why? You need the alpha omegas on each side. You can't get 2, 3, 4 in a row. That's the thing about that. there was something else I wanted to mention. Yes, okay. Yes, the L in land, animal, and man. And when you say land, animal, and man, right at the beginning, whoa, wow, I can't do this anymore. I have to start acting prudently. That was not good. That was not good. Better shape up before I na 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 na. Better shape up. Okay, this is good. Now I got it fixed. I dropped my pen and it's crying. Oh, soon the dog will cry. Okay. Yes. Yes. Let me tell you one thing. I always looked at the clumsy scientist the same way I look at myself. I'm like that the guy who can't put his hair straight. How's it? You can see some of them like they're
I
like,
think you need a comb.
you know what? They're going out of their way as part of the soul just to say this guy ain't getting away with it. Yeah, I am a guy. I that's what I consider as what I am. I mean, my voice is sounds like I know a little girly today, but that's okay. Girl, boy, it doesn't matter. Do you know why? It's part of the frequency. You got to be everything. You know, inside my body, if I took all the girls out, I would disappear.
Trying to think about that one.
Okay, look at it this way. If you breathe in, do you breathe out?
Oh, of course.
Are you using all the same elements of your body to do that?
Yeah. It's
You
a
are? All the same ones? And you got to go in circulation. You have electricity and you have plumbing. You don't think they have different sexes in electricity and plumbing?
Oh, of course.
And you know what? In plumbing, you have to watch out. It's like a boxing match. You know why? They're calling for elbows.
Yeah, it's necessary for the L.
Right, well, yeah, they're calling. What else are they? Oh, yeah. Hey, give me a 45. Give me a 7/8. Give me a 3/16. Has fun. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Because you know what it makes me think of is your prejudice. Why don't you take a 7/8? You didn't take a 7/8 for a long time. You know, you do the plumbing in your house, it's one size fits all. No, it's not. You know, now it is. Today, one size fits all. You see the way they changed our thinking, or the way thinking changed, or the way things added on into this world that I wasn't born with?
Yeah.
You know?
Everything needs to be modular.
You know, I said to my mother, I says, what are you doing? She says she's mixing up the three cheeses, but her helper said, menage a trois. I says, I don't know. I says, it could go curdy. Yes, we were talking about the elephant before, okay? So this is about games and stuff. So the elephant in the Flintstones was able to vacuum and was able to do dishwashing. The elephant with the mouse and the flesh means the mouse, our mouse for our computers, they move the flesh. And then what does the flesh do? I'm just going through a whole bunch of things. Let me see what it is right now. Oh yeah, I wanted to say this. This is what I wanted to say. Atlantis. It was land, animal, and man in Genesis on day 6. The Genesis or the GE. Now, what is the GE? When I mentioned this before, okay, this is 5 and 7. I'm going a little fast because I know I have things to do, and my father's birthday, 87, here, 87, 2 doors, 8 here on this door windows and 8 windows on this door. This square block here connecting 9 areas, and this square block connecting 9 areas. But the thing is, there's only 16 because they overlap. These 4 get to double up. You run the outside, 1, 3, 1, 1. Okay, corner to corner. You see where all the outside? 2, 3, 4, 5. This is inside. This is outside. Just count the outside corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have the inside corners, 7 and 8. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6, right? And it explains the whole entire cube. 2 times 6 is 12. There are 12 edges. Look at that. The edge is on the cross. The edge is connected to a corner of 3, to a corner of 3, to a corner of 3, to a corner of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. Here, there is an edge, 14. I don't know if it's referring to the 14 that spins around here, 1, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 4, 3, 6, 4, 5, 3, 2. It's all 14s. There's one left over out of the total of 8. And then there's one left over of the total of 8. Let me plug in my SIM card. We have 7 of 8, or 1 and 7 U's, 1 and 7 U's, 1771. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 7 and 8. 7 times 8, 56, 5 and 6, 11. 7 plus 8, 15, and 56 equals 71. We start again. Look at that.
I was at 1771 earlier, and then I thought of 1776. The 5 added to it.
QQ are 88 constellations. They just moved over in the ATM. They put the Q and the Z on the number 1. The Q is the 17th letter, 1 and 7, 8. The Z is the 26th letter, 2 and 6, 8. 26 and 17 is 43, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. The power of the Christ.
The X, the Y, and the Z in the cube there. I was going to mention that, but
X, Y, Z, the Q is definitely in there. Hey?
Yeah, there's a X, a Y, and a Z, at least.
Well, and the number, you see the 4 in the cross on this corner?
Yeah, on the opposite side, yep.
And then there's the, somewhere, there must be the 4 here on that corner. So this, what happens is you go in rotation to 71 every 1 hour and 11 minutes. Hello, Teddy. Every 1 hour, every 1 hour, every 1 hour and 11 minutes is 71 minutes. It's 60 and 11. Or is it 59 and 12? Or is it 57? No, 58. Let me do 58. 58 and 13. Why did I do 58? Because when I came to 57, that was the end of 19 by 3. So I go 20, 21, 22. Hold on. I think I'm leaving soon. Yeah, I'm going to have to finish.
58 and 13?
So what it was it's this. So this ends the 19, so everything has to run by 3s. We also run it by 4s. Hold on. Always. Okay, so here's the doors. Okay, these are the doors I was talking about. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Right? I got art for everything I do. I back up everything I say.
It's interesting because 5 plus 8 is also 13, so I was like...
Yes, silver matrix. Here's where we run by the 4s. This is where the 4s and the elements move. This is the way they move down to the center before they meet up. Anyways, I just got sent a message. I gotta go. You want me to, anything you got about questions and time? Remember, I study the numbers. I don't know them all. I'd like us all to come together to learn together so I can expand. I want to get this. I have the algorithms. I got a ton of equations that I'd like to get into a system that we can all play the game. I can teach everybody to play this game and see what it says. We can put this, who knows, maybe on Roblox. Definitely, I'm looking for another creator out there who can help me put this together, get our own website going. Definitely it needs, sorry to say this, but yes, it does need to help itself survive. It's a child that needs help. And I happen to be one of them that brought it in. Also, we have to work together in this. So it's not a one-person thing. It doesn't end. I'm not the last element. You know, we add things that into the algorithm. And obviously right now, I'm obviously in control of what I create, but we can all create on paper. And if it works for you and I can redo it, I mean, once we can put it in, it can't work for just one person. Everybody has to understand it. And it's based like this: one A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and all the alphabet, all the numbers. Remember, we double up, right? This doubles to 64. The thing about this is it doesn't start on one, it starts on two. And that's why we're able to get to 64. Otherwise, we get to 32. Now that's only half the chessboard. The pig comes in to this. All the animals come in. But I got to go right now. My father's 87th birthday. All the little kitties are going to be there. And yeah, and when you're 60 years old, you go into a lot of little bumps in the road, meeting people back in the family and stuff. You know what I mean? It's not all smooth sailing away in the dimensions of the heaven, bringing that double nickel for a better understanding. Speak later. Thank you very much, Richard. You're always a great help, as well as everybody else. Please help support and take a look. I got a YouTube channel. You can go back about 17 years and see what I've put out there. If you got any questions about anything, write them down. When I come up here, I'll try to do my best. I will be back a little bit later, probably before midnight. Cheers. Let's say 10.